of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Hello, happy Thursday, big ups. How you doing? Welcome in episode number 126 here of the Untitled series, also known as the Immaculate series. Chewy's here. We got Chewy on a Thursday. Hope you are too blessed to be stressed. I am sorry I kept having to push that show back. Anyone here live, I kept pushing the show back just because, life. But hey, how we doing? We got a match tomorrow, so no need to talk or think about that. We're here to talk a little bit of a preview, and don't have too much time today either. Going to be a relatively short one in comparison to some of the other shows. But look, got a lot of things to talk about, and I'm not going to waste too much time fluffing about. Obviously, as you can see in the title, loans are back. Some people are back in the mix. Fans really reacting in an interesting way. So we'll take a look at some of that. We'll take a look at some of the other news, ANGE POSTECOGLOU quotes, etc. There's a lot to look at. Hang on. I still have this game in my ear. Hang on. I need to turn this game off. But look, a lot of loanies coming back. We have a match tomorrow versus Burnley. We'll preview. We'll do a little starting 11, score predictions, etc. And then and that's going to be that. So without further ado, let's start off the show with something a little bit nice. I don't know if you saw this. I saw this about maybe 45 minutes ago. It appears as though Mr. Dan Kulusevski, for the second year in a row, has been awarded Sweden's Guldbollen, which stands for Golden Ball. The award is given to the best male Swedish footballer each year. And look at him, looking at his trophy like he's Lionel Messi or something. That's kind of nice. Congratulations, Dan Kulusevski. I think he's been transformative there in the number 10 role, personally. Big up Chris Peters in the house. How you doing? I think Van de Ven will be on the bench. We need a strong team out to make a statement of intent for the cup. Apparently, Mickey Van de Ven's trained about 3-4 times, which is as many training sessions as he had before he actually got his first start for us in the Premier League. So I'm not actually too concerned if he does start, or if he doesn't. I think I'd be a little bit more concerned. I would like for him for us to go out there with our strongest 11 personally. Big up Oliver says, please don't leave. Don't know what that means, but big up Scott says, if we try to bring Spence back into this team, Scott, you may or may not like some of the things that I have pulled up and that I have bookmarked for the show today, because my first thought when he was getting recalled, Scott, and I'm going to have to be real honest with you, I really felt as though maybe potentially, could this be Ainge saying, bring me back old Jetty? I didn't know he could run on the left. But then it turns out Leeds was actually the one they were like, I think it was because he was late for training. And this was like the second or third time that's happened. So he's kind of had some attitude issues. We'll talk about it. Big up Nate. Says, g'day, all feeling like a spoiled child today. It was waiting for a shiny new toy. Instead, I got 2 old battered toys. I guess toys are better than no toys, but at the same time, when you want that big shiny new one, it might be nicer to, I said by the 7th. I'm not going to freak out about Dragusin until the 7th. We are slowly approaching that. We'll be interesting to see if we get it done before then. I mean, the first week of January is where you got to get that business done if you're actually going to pretend to be some kind of serious club, in my opinion. Nonetheless, congrats, Dan Kulusevski. Yeah, make sure you are hitting the like on your way in. Got a question for today. What was the question for today? What are your thoughts regarding these loans and Spurs FA Cup versus Burnley? I tried to just smush them all into one. And 58% says we should win and give the loans a chance. 19% says Well, hang on. 16% says probably lose and throw the loans away. And then 19% says mix of the two previous answers. 6% says, I don't know about tomorrow. Maybe the loan's okay. Well, 6% is very confused. I'm pretty confused too, honestly. I don't know where a lot of our hope, a lot of our joy is going to come from in regards to some of these. The way that January is looking so far, it was like I was bigging up and congratulating the fact that we got rid of Hugo Lloris, which is one of the names on the list that we all needed to get rid of. But at the same time, you get one away, and then all of a sudden, here comes Scarlett, here comes Spence, here comes Reguilon. I don't know what we're going to do. Can you say Napoli? What? What? Big up Donovan. How you doing? Big up Chris Agambar. Donovan's here. Danny D says, Jacob, that fraud of Sam has told all the people on his show tonight not to let any players from Spurs in the team of the season to make you angry. Very interesting. Sam would do that. I don't know why he would want to try and make me angry. How can you can't make me angry. Thing is, I will be on doing the team of the season over there on This Is Football later this evening, so that'll be a lot of fun. Depending on how you categorize fun, I suppose. I love that show. Make sure you are subscribed to This Is Football. I do appear there. I am a regular now on the what I would argue one of my favorite shows on YouTube, El Aqua. We've got some fun characters on there. We all have a good time. So big up Chewy. Getting Chewy some love. Big up Bob Down Under. How you doing? Talking beer. Good morning, I should say, to Bob Down Under. And big up Jacob from Talking Beer. I thank God. Oh, well, that's a little dig there at Scott. Well, hey, we all got to count our blessings, and whatever those blessings may be. If it's I'm blessed that y'all are here with differing opinions. How about that? Big up Sahar. Big up Jacob. Chris Peters says, Kulu looks like he's doing a Freddie Mercury pose. We are the champions. That's not even the tune. That's not even how it goes, but we'll move. Listen to the end of his show today. Which one was it? The transfer or the... He has a lot of shows going on there. Big up Ozan. How you doing, Ozan? Drula. How you doing? Big up... says big up Jacob Chewy in the chat. Don't apologize, man. You're all allowed your opinions on here. And y'all are allowed to disagree. Adamantly. Passionately. We all love the same club at the end of the day. And we're all going to have to go about our own ways about supporting the club. But that's why I try to make this space welcoming to all. Whether you feel like Scott or you feel like Talking Beer or you feel like me or you feel completely different than the aforementioned, you're welcome here. You're allowed to share your opinions. Don't worry about being sorry. El Aqua and American Waffle, two of the best football shows on YouTube. And it's unfortunate that neither of those shows occur here on my channel. But hey, we move. El Aqua's got a big audience there that follows that, so that's a lot of fun. Donovan says, good for Kulu. That comp has been dominated by Zlatan for a decade. Well, someone had to carry the torch, right? When Zlatan left, I'm still not over it. I miss Zlatan, if I'm honest. Before I had really fallen in love with a club, I, kind of just followed players and national ball. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic was one of those. God, you just watch him, you just think, man, if I could be that guy for a season, just let me play one season as Zlatan Ibrahimovic. That's what dreams are made of, man. And it's part of the reason why I fell in love with the game, It's a beautiful sport. Shout out Zlatan, I miss him already. Transfer show this afternoon, he was like, Danny, don't tell him, but... Who's Spurs? Who said he was Spurs? Big up, Mick Dundee. Morning, Jacob. That was a boring Palace Everton game. Yeah, man, I ended up stopped watching it. You fell asleep. I didn't even finish watching. I watched the first half, waited for the second half, and I was kind of like, man, this is so boring. Very boring. You're striving to be a happy clapper this year about everything. Just be positive. Some people don't like people who are overly positive. I like to think that I'm balanced with maybe a little spice more of positivity, just because when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur, like my life, I'm so blessed. I don't know how I could be so, at the end of the day, I'm not that upset about like some of the things that I think some of the more upset people are upset about, because, man, like I understand that it is out of my control, so to speak. What this club does, I wanted Dragusin in. yesterday, the day before. I said by Wednesday or Thursday, get him in. He'll be able to play for the FA Cup. That's what I was saying. Obviously, that never happened. Am I disappointed? Hell yeah, I'm disappointed. But at the same time, I'm not the dude that's writing the contract. I'm not the dude calling the dude getting biscottis and cappuccinos in some fancy ass little cafe bistro in the boot of Italy. That's just not me. I'm over here doing my thing. So when it comes to that, like, you just got to let the system work itself and demand and expect that your club will actually do something correct. And that's what I'm hoping for. But again, today doesn't feel like a day of good news. Today feels like a day where they're like, remember all those problems you thought that you averted? Remember all those things you thought you were slowly shedding yourself of? Well, guess what? They're still here. You didn't fold the laundry. I'm actually literally looking at some laundry. It's clean. I just washed it. You know, it's like when the washer and the dryer finish their job, and then it becomes my job. That's where the clothes don't get folded. But I mean, hey, support however you want to support. Make sure you're happy first and foremost with yourself and with your family. Big up Reguilon loan players. There's no place for them in the 25 first team squads. We need to get rid of deadwoods and replace them with new players in 25 player squad. What is happening? Bro, everyone's coming back. Whether we want them to or not, that's just what it looks like. Matt in Oz has a bottle. Well, hello, how you doing, Matt? Big up Yanis Rublus. Good day, Jacob Chewy in chat. Good day to you. Sorry I'm late, but hello all. Hey, lateness is greatness. Big up Hyper Noise. How you doing? Big up Peter Egg. Says big up Jacob. Think we will win. Send the loans on. New loans or sale. That might be what we do. I think it's all going to happen in relatively quick time. I mean, Reguilon, when Fabrizio was already tweeting that, oh, Reguilon's on his way back, they already said that we are looking at reloaning him out somewhere. And apparently Dortmund is interested in Reguilon, so we might not have to worry about him too much. You know, hey. Apparently there was a banger of a goal scored. Apparently. Let me see. I got some bookmarks here we can go through before we do our score predictions. Paul O'Keefe said today Dragusin told Genoa that he wants to come to Spurs. I did see that. But, I mean, this agent been talking. This agent has been talking for quite some time already. Kind of like, maybe, don't talk so much. Let's just let things play out. This guy's kind of driving the price up. Originally it was this price, and it turned to this price. I think the PR machine that he's got is driving that price up a little bit. Of all the negatives we have, just remember Zlatan and all the joy he brought to the game. Yeah, there you go. That was a good time. Big up Sidanza. How you doing? Nick De La Torre says, ¿Qué paso? How do clubs get rid of players who don't want to leave? I think you just got to bite the bullet and pay out their contract, much like we did with Doherty, much like we did with Serge Aurier. Yeah, I just think you just got to bite the bullet, tear up the contract, and move on. If they don't want to leave, if no one wants to leave personally, that's just what you got to do. Cut them loose, pay the money, because we were fools to buy them in the first place. But I think, look at this. It's now been 1 year and I'm going to make this big. It's now been 1 year and 8 months since this post by Djed Spence. He's since played 30 minutes for Tottenham, and now Leeds have canceled his loan after just 5 starts. We all remember when he was with Forest and got them promoted. He said, "Where's my manners? Welcome to Twitter, Warnock." Obviously, we all knew that he had some drama with that was his ex-manager. But look, I do want to run through. This is Leeds' Twitter account. Big up Nick De La Torre. Hello, Grant. Good day, Jacob. Yeah, he's going to go somewhere. Don't you worry. Big up Who's News in the house as well. Look, Djed Spence, I wanted to see kind of what the Leeds fans were saying about this. And it's kind of been a mixed response from some of the Leeds fans from what I can tell. But this guy, Luke, who's got a blue tick, don't know if he paid for it, if they gave it to him, but says, not really looked arsed, if you ask me anyway. That, to my understanding, means that he's not really looked very motivated. which is it's a theme with Djed Spence, I suppose. It says waste of a loan spot. If that's the market we're looking to do most of our business, could do with a replacement. And then right after that, you have a guy like what? Another Leeds fan saying literally our best fullback. You're taking the absolute piss. And then again, it's just contradicting reactions here from the Leeds fans. People are reacting with what? I've seen zero effort from the fanny. I guess that's what they call him, the fanny. I thought that was a butt, but I don't know. Look, yeah, see people's reactions. They don't really like it too much. Clearly his heart wasn't in it. Could tell from his body language and lethargic performances. These are Leeds fans. This guy wasn't interested. And by all accounts purposes, other Spurs fans who kept up more closely with him than I did. I mean, I did keep up with Leeds for what it's worth. More the results and less the in and outs of their performances. But 7 games? I remember there being 2 matches where they were like, oh, he was so good. And I actually turned it on and watched him. And I was like, no, as a backup left back. Maybe. And, you know, of course, the optimist in me, when I heard the news he's coming back, I'm like, maybe Ainge could do something with him. Then I find out it's Leeds that did it and not us necessarily calling him back. Tells me that this is now much like a baby dropped off at the firehouse. Ainge POSTECOGLOU is going to be the firehouse. Djed Spence is the baby. He has now been dropped off. We don't know where we know where his parents are, but metaphorically speaking, we don't know where his parents are. We don't know what we're going to do with the child. So we'll have to figure it out. I'm sure in the next hours, by tomorrow, will be more of a clear picture. I think with Reguilon as well, that's going to be done pretty quickly, I would assume. But not a great response here from the fans. A lot of fans like, what? Why? How could you do this? But then you see bad attitude. New year, Leeds still are predictable, but I think we can all agree never lived up to what we thought he would be. Good start to the window. Will go down as a legend of the club. Okay, also take Rodon back. I mean, actually, I've heard Joe Rodon's been doing really good. See, not ours. Never look bothered. Maybe Warnock was right about him. Leaves us very short at fullbacks. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes maybe the things that they say can be true, unfortunately. Majorly, unfortunately. But I don't know. When I saw the news, my immediate reaction was like, I feel like his profile, he would do pretty well in an Ainge system. But then mentally and his attitude is just, those are 2 things you really can't coach. You either have it inside of you to turn yourself around, not like the song Turn Around, but as a man, as a professional footballer with oodles of potential. Again, with like Ndombele, same thing. It's just there are intangibles you cannot coach in a match, and you cannot coach into a player. And you could hope that you could influence them in some way, but you know, Warnock's had problems. The dude at Nottingham Forest was fine with him leaving. Conte didn't like him. Stellini, Mason, Ainge POSTECOGLOU had a first little summer to look at him and said, no, I'm good. Eventually, when enough people say something about you, it might be true. And the same goes for people who don't play professional football. I'm talking about, never mind. I'm not going to say it. But if you know, you know. And again, when enough people say something about you, and it might actually be true. So you can hold that. But yeah, not the greatest of news, honestly. Disappointing, really. The signing never made sense in the first place, right? Like, Conte didn't want him. We kind of pushed for it to happen for some reason, and then who loaned Spence to Leeds? It was Ainge POSTECOGLOU. Conte loaned him to Rennes or Metz, some French team last year, because the team in Spain didn't want him. So Steve Cooper liked him at Nottingham Forest, got in the team of the season too. So that's not true. Well, why was he happy to see him go at such a low fee as well? I think, how much should we get him for? I think it was 20, 25 with add-ons. Perhaps Spence thought he was too big to leave Spurs. Ego. You know, I wonder the mentality of players when they're gone and they're somewhere else. Kieran says he played 1 game in his position, did well at left back when he played. Check the stats. The bad attitude narrative needs to stop. It's boring. No facts behind it. Kieran, what they're saying is he's late for training. That's not the first time. And again, I'm saying it again. When enough people say something about you, it might actually end up being true. At least professionals, not amateurs. Like if I'm saying it, I would say take as little stock in it as you want, because I don't know him personally. I'm not in there in the walls. But when all these managers have had a look at him and said, no, he doesn't cut it. Fans of Leeds have seen him for 6 months and they said his attitude doesn't work. That's clearly a problem. I think this attachment to players or hopes of what we want players to become can be quite daunting at times. Side Dancer says 12 million release clause for Dybala. I did see that. Man, 12 mil. Duffy, is that how much you're talking about Dybala, or are you talking about that's how much we got him from Middlesbrough? We didn't buy. It's my point, Kieran. If he was so good, don't you think Steve Cooper been like, yo, we just got promoted. I could use this kid in the Premier League. He went back to Middlesbrough. So that just proves the point. Again. Like, these guys have seen him for 6 months. These Leeds fans. I don't know any of these Leeds fans. And they're already talking about his attitude, his body language, the way that he is on the pitch. They said the same things about Ndombele. And I think... wasn't impressed by him at all. Lazy for me. That first game against Wednesday, he got me excited, but I'm not too bothered. You could see why some managers have said he's lazy, and only one has liked him. Fark obviously didn't fancy him. Hope you have a replacement lined up. And then other people are upset. 12 million we spent on Spence. Okay. Yeah, all Levy buys are poor. I mean, it just seemed like a forced buy. The manager didn't want him. Again, when I looked at his profile and I saw the game where he balled out versus Arsenal, and I was like, oh, damn, this is a nice little kid, and he's quick. Again, when I look at his profile, the player that he is, I think ANGE POSTECOGLOU could absolutely get a tune and get something productive out of him, 100%. I'm not saying Spence. It's just a mentality thing. I don't even know if it's off-field issues. But if y'all remember last year, or excuse me, when Conte was here and we had just bought him, before we had loaned him out, because we loaned him in January, I remember there were reports that his parents were contacting the club trying to figure out when they were going to let what's his name play. To me, that's crazy. Bro, I don't give a damn if you're 19, 20, 21. You're a grown man. You need to handle your business like a grown man. Big up Ash P. How you doing? Gonna win tomorrow, but couldn't care about Spence. Let's talk about the guys that will make it on the pitch. Spence pocketed Mbappe last season. What? When did they... Oh, well, I guess, yeah, in the French league, they would have played each other. Hey, big up Audio Artisan. Big up. Still Call says send him back to Nottingham Forest. Nuno will fix him and make proud player. Yeah, Nuno. Hey, Nuno's been making me proud since he's been at Nottingham. Shout out Nuno. I'm in your yard, Jacob. Talk to me nicely. You're in my yard? What do you mean? Should I be alarmed? What does that mean? Big up Chris Peters. Angel wants players with good mentality. Even if you are on loan, show your mantle. Is mantle a euphemism for something? What does that mean? But I know that Ainge wants good players. Look, there's a reason why Ainge had a good look at him and just said, you can go on loan. Again, when Conte did it, I was kind of upset about it, but it is what it is. Big up Kuva. Big up Jacob. Spence can beat a player, but rarely knows what to do with the ball. I think he'd be poor in a passing team like we're trying to be. Fair enough, Kuva. Fair enough. Look out the window. No, I'm not going to do this. This sounds like a trap. I'm not going to do it. I am armed, Nick Brown. I am armed. I'm armed. Don't you do it. I have a family in here. Peter Kawa says, where is Trageson? Looks like he's probably going to play for Genoa tomorrow is what it looks like. Genoa play. Who do they play somebody tomorrow. I remember talking about that on another show. Let me see. Genoa play Bologna. Bologna. See? Up there. They play at 12:45. So he's going to be playing 15 minutes after we play. Interesting. Of course, I'm a true Texan. Eagle MMA. What kind of question is that? Hey, I got to protect my family. That's at the end of the day. Jacob, never look out the window. That's a horror movie. Again, separating, looking out the window. Those are all pre notions on a horror film that you're gonna get cut up. So you better be careful out there. Look, oh shoot, we're almost on 30 minutes. I said I wasn't gonna ramble about things, but apparently I rambled on and on about Mr. Djed Spence. So let me run through some of the things that I do have. Fabrizio was also talking about a quote here from Juventus director Guntuli, whoever the Guntuli says, Calvin Phillips or Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, in this moment, we don't see any opportunity on technical and financial point of view. We are not forced to sign up a new player. We only looked for correct opportunities, and we can't see anyone as of now. So they're downplaying any notion that they're trying to get Pierre-Emile Højbjerg because, A, we're probably asking too much, and they probably want to get him on loan without obligation, and that's what we said. Let me take that one down. I don't know if y'all saw this, but Manchester City's allegedly saying that they're looking for a long-term Kyle Walker replacement, and it's been speculated as Pedro Porro. And I thought this was interesting because when he was actually a part of Manchester City, he says, I spent 3 years at Man City without ever speaking to Pep Guardiola or meeting a single teammate. So that was last year in March when he said that. He never even spoke. I doubt he's trying to leave. I got obviously all these new stuff about Reguilon, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is he's not holding the shirt, and that's pretty lame. I thought this was, well, let me get through some of the easier stuff. POSTECOGLOU on Alejo Veliz. He suffered a fairly significant injury, had scans, going to keep him out a couple of months. So again, remember yesterday when I was talking about, I bet he's just doing this to gas up Dane Scarlett because Alejo Veliz is injured. Well, maybe I was right. Maybe I was onto something. I don't know. Because I definitely felt at that moment like, why would it even come out that he prefers so-and-so over? It's fun. Spurs feeding City fullback since 2017. Yeah, they wish. They can get lost with that. I ain't trying to give him Pedro Porro. We will get one center back and a teenager. Central mid, left, right. Big up Nick Brown. You're in my yard and you have a crystal ball. Those are two. Well, I like one of those, and the other one has me concerned. But we move. I'm getting that lineup builder. In a moment, I will need every single one of you in the chat to do me a favor and help me build this Tottenham 11. Look, I don't have a guest because this is going to be a short show, so I didn't want to get a guest on for such a short amount of time and then be like, damn, I really want to spend more time. But Vincent Kompany, apparently, he's going around saying that Tottenham versus Burnley game in the third round of the FA Cup, quote, it's the right draw at the right time. So he actually thinks that he's going to go out there and do something to us. Mr. Vincent Kompany, I almost call him Victor again. He says right draw at the right time. So he thinks he's going to get something out of this. Let's find out. There's obviously, this has never really gone away. But apparently Spurs are actively pursuing. Who knows what the fuck that even means? So, yeah, I wouldn't put too much stock, and I ain't seen much about it other than the same people who always are saying that. That article there confirming that Pedro Porro is getting interest from Manchester City. Obviously, also Josh Keeley. He's getting loaned for the remainder of the season to Barnet FC. Good luck to him. He's been doing pretty decent in the academy, so isn't that kind of nice? Hey, Mike Doss, you absolute fraud. How you doing? Could we save $7 million on an injured Reguilon? I don't know. I don't want him to get injured. I don't want him to play tomorrow. Personally, keep talking smack, company. That's what I'm saying. He says it's perfect time to play us. All right, come get your ass whooped. It's kind of how I feel about it, but we'll find out what happens. Big up Daniel Sandoval. One love to you, my friend. Big up Hugo says, big up Jacob, Burnley 3-1. Come on, you goofy heads. Well, you're goofy for that prediction. You and Vincent Company can just find out tomorrow. How about that? Look, I got some ANGE POSTECOGLOU quotes I want to get through before we get to the lineup. So just some of my favorite quotes from that I found this morning while I was having my coffee. ANGE POSTECOGLOU on whether Spurs trophy drought leads to more desperation to get one over the line. Basically saying, since it has been so long, are you just trying to get it done? He said, I've said before that there cannot be a desperation to win a trophy because it cures all ills, but it doesn't. As soon as you win one, what do you think the fans are going to say? That it's okay that you don't have to win one for another 15 or 16 years? No, they're going to want more. So it is about putting yourself in a position where you can compete for these things regularly and give yourself every opportunity to win every competition that you're in. It is not just about winning a trophy and thinking that is going to be enough. A football club like this, which is the context for why I'm saying there would be a demand from not just supporters, but players and everyone involved at the club saying, we want more of this. So I can't just sit back and say, hold on, I've just delivered a trophy. Shouldn't I have some latitude to not be successful? It doesn't work that way. I am determined to bring success to this football club, but it is not a desperation for something that will give us some respire for what is ahead. When you're a big football club, there should be a constant demand for success. I think he literally just said everything that we've wanted a manager to say for quite some time. Honestly. Because I agree. What good is it if we're like Leicester, we win the league, then we drop down? Like, I like to win the league and then challenge for it the next year. Win the FA Cup, challenge for the FA Cup next year. That's what I would like to see us become. I think all fans of Tottenham Hotspur would like to see that happen. And to have a manager that's on board with that, you got to imagine this has to be at least a conversation that's taking place amongst ANGE and the higher-ups, that these things that he's saying, I can guarantee this ain't the first time Levy, front office, Donna calling all them fucks. This ain't the first time that they've heard ANGE say these things, that these are probably discussions that they've had, and this is a well-worked reply to a question. So for me personally, that's my hope. I think that's why I get this hope, you know. That's why I want to get this hope. Also, ANGE POSTECOGLOU on who will be the captain tomorrow. Much speculated on this channel. Very much speculated on this channel. He says, quote, Son is our captain. Whoever wears the armband tomorrow, it's not significant to me. More important thing is Son has been an outstanding leader for us. Get in the bin. All you funky bastards talking about Son ain't captain material. Hold that. Hold that in the highest degree. Two hands. If you support ANGE POSTECOGLOU, but you don't support Sonny as a captain, that is direct contradiction. You're basically having Spicy was not Spicy. That was a horrible fucking correlation. Sorry about that. I just think, how can people sit back and say, Son's not a captain, he's not captain material, he hasn't led us, but yes, I do support ANGE POSTECOGLOU. Your manager, the guy that you support, is saying, this, I don't even give a shit who captains tomorrow. All that matters is Son knows he's my guy. He's been an outstanding leader for us. So whether you agree or not, I'm taking stock in ANGE POSTECOGLOU's fucking words, which is Sonny's been an outstanding leader for us. So every single person who said, oh, Son, you're not a captain, even to this day, people still saying Son's not captain material based on what? Based on what my fucking manager says. Hold that. That's why he's a captain. You absolute frauds. Because to me, who are you going to believe? Some dude like me on YouTube, or the guy who's in those four walls with those players day in, day out, talking to them, hearing them, seeing them, training them? That's going to be ANGE POSTECOGLOU, my friends. So I trust what he says. And if he says Son has been a great leader for this club, that just happens to coincide with how I fucking feel. So how convenient for me. But everyone else who said, oh, that about Son not being a captain, respectfully, you're going to have to hold that. Respectfully. I love the way Ainge talks. He's like a big bear version of Shakespeare, but with a few Aussie C-bombs when needed. Big up Kuva. I love me some Ainge POSTECOGLOU, man. Again, he always, every week he says something, and I'm like, bro is literally just affirming the shit that I've been saying. And thank you for that. Because people get up on their platforms, people go on Twitter. I see what people saying on Twitter. I'm on the Twitter. I see you. I see you all. They go there, they say this, that, and the other. They just throw things around with no real basis or understanding. Or, bro, you were not even as close as the fly that is on the shit in that building. That fly knows more than us. And we sit up here, hit a like button if you ain't already. But we sit up here, here's some balloons. Oh, that's confetti. I think it's one that gives you balloons. Give me some balloons. There you go. There's some balloons. I'm celebrating everybody who said Son isn't captain material. This to me, hold that. Oh my God. Big Ainge. Protect Ainge at all costs. Absolutely. And again, what a guy. All those people saying, I've heard everyone saying it. Not everyone. There's a large faction of our fan base that agree with me in the sense that Son is captain material. He always has been. Just because he doesn't look like your stereotypical leader like a Roy Keane, he doesn't grab him by the scruff of the neck and hold him up and say, yeah, see, you're supposed to not do that. That's why. Do I want to be grabbed by the scruff of my neck and told what I'm supposed to do? Hell no. What Son's going to do is get your ass together, my guy. You're better than that. And that's what he does. I've seen minutes and minutes and minutes long compilation after compilation of Son as a captain on the pitch yelling at those players. So everyone's saying he's not vocal. You can hold that as well. There's video evidence that disproves what they say. And then I have quotes on my computer, audio files on the YouTubes of Ainge POSTECOGLOU saying Son is captain material. He is a great leader for us. I don't give a shit who wears that armband tomorrow because it's not significant to me because Son is my captain. Oh, captain, my fucking captain. I didn't even mean to go on this Heung-min Son captain rant. But again, the disrespect, the just quickness to forget because Son maybe missed two of his first chances in the last game that we played. Yeah, he could have buried those, but that doesn't mean he's not a fucking good captain. And people love to poke a man because necessarily their opinion was X. And then as time has gone on, it's made them think and say, oh, maybe I was wrong. And then they see one bad thing and then they're like, well, see, I was right this whole time. I told you he was shit this whole time and he can't do X, Y, and Z. And to me, I don't understand it why Spurs fans first and foremost would be like, oh, Son's not captain material. I see a lot of bozo comments like that. I see people talking about it on their channels, people talking about it on the Twitters. Hold that. I'll put it up again. Ainge said Son is the captain. More important thing, Son has been an outstanding leader for us. To me, that is a hold that to the highest degree, my friend. Anyone who said, bro, you're in the mud. You're absolutely in the mud. Get in the bin. I didn't even mean to do that, bro. I didn't even mean to do that. I'm supposed to be previewing FA Burnley, and I'm here battling for fucking Son because people still to this day say he's not leader material. Hold that. Big up Jordan, good to see you here. Big up Giuseppe Alberto on the East Coast, I believe is what you said last time. Giuseppe. Big up Giuseppe. Hey, all I can do is speak my truth, Drula. That's all I can do. Ash P, I still don't understand the Sonny captain hate some people have. Makes no sense. Bro, if you support Ainge POSTECOGLOU, okay, now if you're a person who's like, oh, I don't know, I don't like Ainge's decisions, I think Ainge is wrong, I don't support him as a manager, then sure, go ahead and say Sonny's not leader material. But for those of you who are saying, I believe in Ainge, I trust in Ainge, I think that Ainge can do X, Y, and Z with this club, really turn us around, then you have to believe what he's fucking saying, right? Or else that directly contradicts what I just said. So, hey, hold that. Big up Gina, says popped in the chat at the right time. Captain Sonny, respect my Sonny, son Sonny. Gotta respect him. Big up Hypernoise. Big up Faisal, came late. Jacob, what's up with Spurs? Last Lloris, but suddenly getting 3 loan players back. Bad news on the day. But I think in the next few hours, next day, we'll have some clarity around those situations. Don't you worry. Son isn't captain material coming from people who couldn't captain a rubber dinghy. I think that's like one of those safety boats, like the lifeboats. I don't know. Big up Ball Bean Counter. Son is not captain material. He's the colonel. Hey, Sleepy Mocha, talking to me nicely. Love to see it. Nathan says, as an LFC fan, I have so much respect for Big Ange. Abe, get in there. Get in there, Nathan. Big up. Appreciate everybody who is either a Spurs fan, not a Spurs fan. Please do hit the like on that video. I do appreciate y'all rocking and vibing with me tonight or this morning, whatever it may be for you. A lot of channels are live right now, and the fact that you're here with United Spurs of America listening to me, that means a lot to me. So I do want to say that I appreciate that first and foremost. So thank you. Is it still Destiny Udogi Day? Technically, it's Destiny Udogi month, my friend. It's always going to be Destiny Udogi month. Romero is that kind of guy. Kuva says, to be fair, I don't think Sonny was a captain. I didn't think Sonny was a captain type. I appear to be wrong, but I still prefer a scary killer to make sure the team is scared of not winning. The team is that we are scared, but that's got to be like inside that you have the expectation that you're not going to win. And you should, like, playing out of fear versus playing out of motivation. I mean, I guess you might run faster if a bear's about to fucking kill you. So maybe I'm talking shit. I don't know. Big up Giuseppe. Says Son is a great leader. Just look at how he is with the teammates and how his teammates talks about him. He leads by example, and he does this. You know what this is? That's the meshing of our players, the meshing of new arrivals. This guy is, I think, crucial to everything that we do, in my opinion, on and off the pitch. Big up Chang for the first super chat of the day. He says, cool down, Jacob. You're better off calm and cool-headed. You're absolutely right, Chang. I get heated. I remember things that people say, and I get a little heated about it, but that's me. But big up, Chang. Good to see you, my friend. I appreciate you always supporting the channel as well. Let me see where I was in the chat. Son, Saka, and Rice, most overrated players in the Prem. I agree with 2 out of the 3, but there it is. I know you want to put Son over Haaland on team of the season. We'll see when we get there, when we do that team of the season tonight. It'll be some fun. I can't believe that Son as a captain is still a thing. He's ideal, hugely experienced as someone that people will follow. Spot on, Grant. Bro, Odegaard is not a better captain. Y'all are all frauds. You can hold that, Hugo. Absolutely. Always good to see you as well, Jacob. Coys. Big up Jordan every single time. Always appreciate the support. Look, a lot of the regulars here, except for Mardini. Big up Mardini. Big up Nick Brown. Today is not about having an angry psycho as a captain. Hang on. We have Romero, the god of a defense. There you go. Lean on Romero when you need that. Love your passion, Jacob. Big up Bob Down Under. I appreciate that. Again, I can only be as authentic as I can, and this is just who I am. So, I love me some Sonny, man. He's a great leader. My fucking manager says he's a great leader. Just confirms how I feel. I love that. That makes me feel so good inside. You know, when you're like, I think the answer to question number 20 is C, and then it turns out you were spot on and you didn't even hesitate because you knew the right answer the entire time. And guess what? Ainge has just confirmed that, in fact, I did know the answer the entire time. It was Son as the captain the entire time. He's always been the one. Big up Yen, new name in the chat. How you doing? Says, I'm fearful Ainge might be a liar like Ten Hag. How does he talk about winning trophies but threw away the Carabao Cup? He might be exposed if we lose to Burnley. Yen, I would say this. He did not throw away the Carabao Cup. How is a man using his tools to try and get a job done, and those tools being unequipped to do the job? That's not his fault. Those are the tools he was given, in my opinion. You can go back as well, Yin, to the video I did right after we did get knocked out that Carabao Cup. As I said, it's not Ange Postecoglou's fault. It's not his fault that bro, just look at that lineup. The other day I was on this stream, maybe 3 days ago, and I was comparing lineups from past years, and then someone said, look at this year's Carabao Cup lineup. Davinson Sanchez, Oliver Skip, Lo Celso, Højbjerg. Look, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I know I'm late, but did you already discuss Van de Ven being back for the next match tomorrow? I did discuss the news saying that he's now been 3 times 3 trainings, 3 or 4 trainings, something like that. Why Tottenham has the hottest female fans? It's so true. Laugh out loud. I don't know why. They must be smart and beautiful. Ange is only exposed if you didn't learn the first time. Exactly. Exactly. Come on. Sun is the love. Ange is the glue. The POSTECOGLOU. Every single time. Kuva says, there are many ways to lead, though. Our double-winning captain, Danny Blanchflower, was a quiet, humble gentleman. Dave McKay was the blood and thunder in the team. Big up Kuva. I've always agreed that there's many ways to lead, and there's not one clear-cut answer as to, like, this is the right style to lead. There's been many different type of captains, much like you mentioned, and I 100% agree with you. Big up George for the $2, £2. That's the pound, I think. Says, happy transfer month, Jacob. Still celebrating Udogi. Hey, George, you asketh, you shall receiveth. I'm still celebrating Udogi, too.
Destiny Adoji. Oh, yes. Oh, Destiny Adoji Day. Hey. Idiots, man.
I love the last part. Idiots, man. As he's literally smoking a cigarette. That's so hilarious to me. But, hey, that's neither here nor there. Hey, big up George, YouTube chat member, and hitting us with a super chat. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Looks like Højbjerg is not going to Juventus. That is the way that it looks, my friend. That is absolutely the way it looks. I think it's more acceptable to play Van de Ven at Old Trafford. That's what I hope. Look, give him a couple more times, maybe come off the bench versus Burnley. Give him like 25 minutes or something. That's kind of where I think. Giuseppe, that is the next thing that I will be getting to is... the predicted lineup. Look, I've got this lineup builder here. And we're going to build our lineup together. Obviously, there's going to be some surefire options that I think, like Vicario in goal. I don't think you rotate there. You got to keep the best goalkeeper in the team. Hang on, let me make this bigger. Hang on, let me do this. That's better. So, Vicario, obviously, let me just put this in case anyone that just tunes in. FA Cup v Burnley. Big up, over 80 people across all 3 platforms. Make sure you are hitting the like and subscribe to the channel. Absolutely free, those things. As well as hitting a vote in the poll. That's absolutely free too. 72 votes. How many likes? I see 6 likes. How many likes? I got to refresh. 62 likes. There you go. Only 10 people voted and didn't hit a like, so that's all right. I appreciate the 62 of y'all that have hit the like on the video. You're helping this channel grow in a free way, so I do appreciate that. Hey, big up George, gifting a United Spurs of America membership. Big up, my friend. Thank you so much. Grant Echo Sonic, you've been in the show since the beginning, and you have just been rewarded, my friend. So big up, congratulations. You are being rewarded. Being rewarded. Remember, Jacob, if it doesn't look like 7 forwards, then you've done it wrong. Kuva, this is where I need you, buddy. This is where I need you. I love putting these lineups together with Kuva. Big up, George. Appreciate you, man. Really going out of your way there to support the channel monetarily, and I do appreciate that. Goalkeeper's 50-50, says Grant. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. I think Sam will be so triggered by you today. Yo, he's going to have to hold that. Oh, I need to get y'all. What y'all need to do is hit me with a bunch of fun stats for my players that I can use as weapons against the crusade of haters, because they are some haters, man. They're absolutely some haters. Hey, big up Jad says much love Spurs. Big up, buddy. Appreciate seeing you here, helping support the channel as well. This is a good friend of mine. Also shares the video. Sharing the video is absolutely free as well. You could literally text it to yourself. You could text it to your mother, your brother, your cousin, your sister, your auntie, your uncle. All of them want to be a part of United Spurs of America. Good morning, David Shear. How you doing, David Shear? Good morning. Phillips for Royale, Donley for Sar. We got to build this lineup, y'all. I am running low on time. Hassam's going to throw a hissy fit if I'm late, but I'm probably going to be late, so he's going to actually have to hold that. Big up David Shear says, good day, Jacob and Chewbacca. Big up Rick C in the house. I'm just going to say big up to y'all. But Ball Bean Counter says Vicario, Pedro Porro. I think that's a good surefire answer as well. Pedro Porro, the best right back in the league. Y'all need to tell me reasons why Pedro Porro's better right back choice for team of the year than Trent Alexander-Arnold, please. All right, because this absolute fraud's he's gonna have a go at me. Big up Nathan. A blank chat, but a donation of €5.99. Big up Nathan, appreciate that. If you say something in the chat, I'll bring it up and I'll read it, my friend. But big up, I do appreciate that hitting us with a super chat. He's a Liverpool fan. Right, the Liverpool fan that loves Big Ange. So big up. He's a Liverpool fan at the end of the day, I think, because all his friends said, yeah. Big up Gina as well. With another, she's hitting us with a $10. Says hashtag Let's win the league and or FA Cup. Soon we'll be celebrating trophies. Let's stay mentally tough. Hashtag winning mentality. Come on, you Spurs. I'm off to eat dinner. Stay strong all. Big up, Gina. Thank you so much for the financial donation. Good to see you back in the chat. And I hope you have a great dinner. Hope you enjoy. I hope they make you a meal that is extra portions than they expected. Maybe that's just an American thing. Because I always want more burger. And if they happen to give you 2 burgers, I hope that they do. I don't know that you eat burgers, but there you are. I appreciate you, Gina. Thank you so much for the financial donation. Again, Nathan, I know you did super chat and it was blank, so there's really nothing for me to read or ask or question anything. But let me know. If I see you in the chat, I'll definitely read it. So big up. I appreciate that. Chris Peters, Burnley are injury hit. They need to think about surviving in the Prem. Hey, but Vincent Company said this is an ideal. Oh, this is the best draw at the best time. I'm starting Destiny Udogie at my left back. I'm gonna go ahead and start Giovanni Lo Celso. If I'm honest, I think we're running dry. No Papa Matasar. Obviously, no. Jacob, I joined League Gunners. Took out a membership. I need that clip to play back on there. Bro, I'll send it to you. I have it on my phone. I'll send it to you, David Shear. No problem at all. No problem at all, my friend. Nathan, is to make sure you don't act like a fraud on El Agua today. Hey, big up, Nathan. Appreciate €5.99 so I don't act like a fraud on El Agua. I will try to be as shameless as I can. No guarantees. One other guarantee, this is just me thinking out loud, y'all. I'm thinking Richarlison's going to start. I think Brennan Johnson's going to start as well, if I can spell his last name. We're saying Brian Hill at the left wing? What are we saying? We need to take it seriously. I agree. But big up David Shear, my bro. Back 4 from Grant says, as last time, Udogie, Davies, Royale, Pedro Porro. Mike Walter says, don't underestimate Burnley. Absolutely, don't want to underestimate them. We need to take this seriously. And I think Ben Davies absolutely gets chewed in. Is there any chance that we think Dorrington would get into this back line? Or Ashley Phillips? Or is that too rambunctious? I'm going to go ahead and put Kulusevski in here as well. He's back from his suspensione. Don't you dare put your right back over Trent. Oh, just wait. They thinking all these thoughts, really. They really thinking all these thoughts, man. It's hilarious to me. Y'all saying Phillips. Hypenoise says Phillips. Bob Down Under. Phillips. Udogie might get a rest depending on his fitness. No, we cannot rest him. We have 9 days until our next match. He can get rest after the match. Rest tonight. Rest yesterday. You need to go. I don't want him to get a rest, Jason Bell. I hope he doesn't. He has to go give it a go. We ain't got nobody else. Phillips. See some Phillips. Front 4, Brian Hill, Decky, Brennan, and Richie. Brian, Decky, Brennan, Richie at the 9. Front 4 is what you're saying. 4 fullbacks in the back line is not cool. It's not, but we might have to do it. Dorrington, please, for David Shear. We've been fists up year in and year out from the championship. Low. It's got to stop. Yeah, you're right. We have been last year. What was it, Middlesbrough or was it Morecambe? I can't even remember who knocked us out last year. I love bigging up our own team, Jacob, but the only way I can pick Poro over Alexander-Arnold is that it's easier to say his name when drunk. Poro has been good, though. I'm going to use that if that's all I got. Phillips, Dorrington. Steak says Vicario, Poro, Dorrington, Van de Veen, Van de Veen with the start. Udogi, Bentancur. Oh, yeah, Bentancur. That's my other. Yeah. I forgot that he's not hurt anymore. All right, we're filling this team out nicely. Big up. Donnelly, Richarlison, Johnson. You're saying Donnelly on the left. No kids in defense, please. It's not the right time, says Nick Brown. I kind of feel like Ainge is going to be damned if he does start the kids and damned if he doesn't. If Emerson Royale, this is my predicted lineup. So I am going to say I think Royale gets in there just because of experience. We're going to want to take this as seriously as possible. I think we're going to try and field our strongest lineup. Phillips is left-sided, I think. Ashley Phillips is right-sided, by the way. Ashley Phillips has played right back for the academy as well and right center back for the academy. So he plays on the right side, and he's right-footed. Dorrington is the left one. Dorrington plays on the left from the academy standpoint. Jason Bell says, I don't want him to rest either, but I also don't want to risk him missing more games. Ugodi. Sorry, I said it wrong. Ugodi. Grant says to change the formation to a 4-2-3-1. And switch these? Is that what we're saying? I think Kulu's going to be here. So we need a left winger. I'll put Hill for now because, I mean, I guess he's healthy. We'll swap him and Kulu. So that's what we're thinking? Something like this? Yeah. They'll probably be on opposite sides because Lo Celso's left-footed. So Lo Celso will probably be on the left side here. That's probably what it's going to be, y'all. Oh, shit, you can't even see Brian Hill. There you go. Play Dyer one more time. Bro, get out of here. No. Why, Ryan, I love you, bro. You're always here supporting the channel. But this is... No, we're going to lose. You play Dyer, we lose. All right? If Dyer... I'm going to full screen myself. Hang on. If Dyer starts tomorrow, clip this. If Dyer starts tomorrow, we're going to lose. I don't care how long he plays. If Dyer starts tomorrow, we're going to lose. Plain and simple. Never starting Dyer. Nope. Never. No. No, thank you. Go away is what I would say to him. Bye. Van de Veen's back. I don't want to start him, though. Let Ben Davies. He's in form right now. I want to see Van de Veen come off the bench, and then I want to see him start versus United. That's what I want because the man is just coming back. Let's let him get in a... It's been a minute. He ain't been here in some time. Let's give him some time. Jacob, can you move Kulu to center back? It's quite cunning move, don't you think? Oh, that would be quite the move, but I don't know why we'd put Kulu at center back. Maybe he's just better than all of our other options there. David Shear says, Poro happened on the 2nd of January. Kuva, sheesh, still recovering. What? Still recovering? What does that mean? No kids, for fuck's sake. Sheffield knocked us out last year. Okay, it was Sheffield. Bro, Kiefer Moore should not be hitting a hat trick on us. The absolute fraud. Only Spurs players getting in the team of the season is Udogi and Son. What about Vicario? Vicario? No? Oh, I'm going hard for Vicario. Y'all can already bet that. I will be live after this. Let me make sure the redirect is set up. I will be live after this. They are texting the group chat. Oh, Hassam's not even... Hassam says he's driving home, so we're good. We're definitely not going to start on time. But I'm going to make sure that redirect is live, and I'll send everyone on over there. And again, if you're a Spurs fan, please come over there. Please come help me. All right? Please get over there, and I need y'all bigging up everything I say. I need y'all being like, Jacob, spot on, because what's going to happen is they're going to try and cook me. They're going to try to keep cooking me. Everything I say, they're going to shut it down. All right? And we can't allow this to happen, y'all. Spurs, where is it? Bro, where is This Is Football? I swear I've seen it. I don't see it. I don't know where the show went. Did he delete the show? The absolute fraud, Hassam? I think he did. No, I don't see it. What the fuck? Maybe that's on mine. I'll move along. Fuck 'em. Do we never learn? It's also for Skip, I reckon. Oh, let's get back to this. What are we saying? Celso for Skip? Look, you see me? I'm getting fucking antsy because I know I'm about to have to go battle these bastards. I'm gonna have to get up there and talk my shit. And you know, sometimes it's hard when we ain't got results, but at least we won our last result. But you know what? I don't give a damn what anybody says. I don't give a damn. I will go to war for mines. Why else would I get up here every night and say big up the lads if I'm not gonna go somewhere and up the lads myself? What kind of example would I be setting? I have to do it. Some people say, oh, here's Jacob, he's delusional. They can hold that too. They're just mad because Liverpool's only loss is to Tottenham Hotspur. Hold that, Allison. That's why you're not the best goalkeeper in the league. That doesn't actually make sense, but we'll move. Richo says, evening, Jacob and chat. Still in hat for Monday. Big loss, losing Dominic Calvert-Lewin with a red card. Big up, Richo. I was watching that game. I'm not going to lie. I did get kind of bored. What did the end result end up being? I don't remember. Hill is the last one. I think El Tel Cocarel says Vicario, Poro, Dorrington, Phillips. So starting the kids. Udogi, Lolo, Monito. Who the fuck is Monito? Monito? Who the hell? Donley, Kulu, Ricky Johnson. That's an interesting lineup. I don't think if the kids go out there and we lose, everyone's gonna say, there he goes again, throwing it away just like he did the Carabao Cup. And then if he doesn't play the kids and we lose, they're gonna be like, why didn't he play the kids? If he would have played the kids, ANGE POSTECOGLOU is stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Not gonna lie there. Sean EJ Daniel, big up all the way to Barbados. My 11, Forster. Royale. You're going full rotation. Forster, Royale. Why are we resting Vicario? Is my first question, Sean. Why? Van de Ven, Udogi, Bentancur, Lo Celso, Kulu, Johnson, Richie, Hill. So it looks pretty similar outside of the goal. I'm with Grant, 4-3-2-1. All right. Oh, I'm super behind in the chat. Let me catch up real quick. That's what I'm going to spy from the shelf shad tomorrow. Hey, big up Grant. This is what you're going to see. Hey, make sure y'all are hitting the like one time. I feel like I've been forgetting to say it. So please make sure you are hitting a like and subscribe and all that fun stuff, et cetera, et cetera. Free things, free ways to help the channel. Let me see if I can set up this freaking redirect again to the show. I don't see it. I don't see it at all, so I don't even know how I'm going to redirect to him. Let Dyer go back to Sporting. Gotta let him go somewhere. Djed Spence is still at this club. Yo, he just pulled up. Nick Brown says Skip's going to start as a 6 maybe. Over who? Who are we starting, Skip? If Skip starts and we lose, oh my God. Hi, David. Hope all is well. Oh, you're talking to David. It's only Burnley and we're at home. I'd love to see Dorrington have a chance with Davies alongside him to help him with his experience. But Dorrington plays the left side as well. I think if you're going to do one of them, it'd be Ashley Phillips. But I don't know that I necessarily agree with the notion it's only Burnley. They're going to remember last time we put 5 on their head. They're going to remember that. And we don't have Son to score a hat trick again. So I know that they're going to want to go and get the win. And if you know, I guess I hear the argument. I can hear you right now, Kuva, being like, well, you know, kids are always going to go out there and fight and give their all. They're young. They're going to want to prove something. They're going to go out there with just as much gumption to fight. I can hear that side too, Kuva. Why am I having an imaginary conversation with Kuva in my head? I don't know. But that's how I could see this conversation going. But Ainge is going to get fucking set ablaze. If he starts a child and we end up losing, he's going to get rinsed by everyone. And I don't want to see that personally. I do want to see a kid, but like maybe the FA Cup just ain't it, in my opinion. Skip for Celso, but I don't know why, says Faisal. The Red Arminian. Don't even get me started on Eric Dyer. You're on board with the Van de Ven plan. Good. Well, we don't always have to agree, but I appreciate y'all sharing your different opinions. Sean says predicted team, not the team I want, but expect ANGE to do it. Team I want is Phillips and Dorrington at the center backs, it looks like, but still very similar to what we're seeing here. But the 2 center backs to be the kids. Just win tonight. Oh, you're in Australia, so it is tonight for you. Literally every year we play a B team in cups, and literally every year we get knocked out by Colchester or something. Ball being counter. This is why I say go with this lineup. This is I think our strongest lineup with where we're at right now. So that's why I picked it. This is our strongest lineup, as much as we may hate it or not. I don't know what other left wing option other than Hill. Look, we're in a tough place. But this is what we got. That'd be crazy. Spurs versus Arsenal in the FA Cup final. That'd be crazy. If we're starting 4 fullbacks, let's just put Skip at the 9. Bro, but talking beer, we've started 4 fullbacks before. I'm not saying that this is ideal. This is just our strongest lineup. 2 kids out there doesn't equate our strongest lineup. Ben Davies, love him or hate him, he's been one of the better at the back. Look, I don't like it any more than you do, talking beer. I'm not trying to sugarcoat things. We're in a tough pickle right now. We got to just find a way to get going. Bentancur, captain. I agree. Play full strength. That's what I'm saying. Big up Tom Martin. Evening, Jacob in chat. Course. Big up Tom Martin. Jacob, you need to throw a couple of curveballs to Company in your lineup. No, I think we just need to smother Company. He knows what we're going to do. He knows our game plan, regardless of who it may be. He knows our game plan. He knows what we're trying to do. Sorry, just texting his Sam and then back. 100 people across all 3 platforms. We are over an hour. Make sure you are hitting that like if you haven't already. Big up everybody. 0-0 replay says Grant Echo Sonic. 0-0 says Richo. This is the time, y'all. This is the time of the show where we do, this is our lineup, all right? This is what we came up with together, but more me driving the car. That's okay. Give me your score predictions. Wait, hang on. I got a banner for this. Score predictions and goal scorers. That's kind of long and big now that I look at it, but hey, it is what it is. Monito is Lo Celso. Okay. Hey, big up Insman TV in the house. Is bless up, bro, in the chat. Big up Insman. Big up, my friend. We need to get that working on doing a little regular show there with the guy. So look out for that. Teacher Luca, love these lives. Big up Teacher Luke. Oh, Teacher Luke, not Luca. Love these lives. Hey, love you being here. Appreciate that, my friend. I don't rate Hill. I don't rate him either. Bring the kids on. Don't start them. Hey, I'm cool with that. If we lose, Ainge will get serious criticism no matter who he plays. If we win, he's a genius. You know what he did say today? He says sometimes when you lose, you're a nonce, and sometimes when you win, you're the hero or some shit like that. It was actually quite a wild quote considering what that word means in the UK. But in Australia, that word is a slang term generally meaning a person who is perceived as odd, eccentric, or socially awkward. It's a colloquial expression used to describe someone in a lighthearted or teasing manner. Yeah, here's the quote that he had. Here, I'll show it real quick. He said, "When you lose, you're a nonce. When you win, you're a genius. Luckily, I'm neither. Can I say that? You learn something new every day." And I think they said, no, you can't say that. So that's kind of funny. You know, it is funny when there's breaks in languages where a word means something to someone, but it's still the same language, but it means different things to different people. It's kind of fun. Nice team. Think we might see Phillips on at some point. I do think we might see Phillips on at some point. Absolutely. Wait, let me do this. I do think we'll see Phillips on at some point for sure. Hey, good morning, Tony. Spurs need to clean up. Spurs need to clean up coming games. True. Musings of a football fan. Proo. Oh, proo for captain. Absolute shit has to remove that would make. I don't see it happening, but that'd be hilarious. At the moment, we're still in for the double. I love being naive and delusional. David Shear, be naive, be delusional, enjoy it as long as you're loving it, man. That's what it's all about. And this funny thing we call life as we spin on this fucking rock. Just a hunch, Jacob, total guess here. Definitely no sarcasm here, but is Dyer possibly your least favorite Spurs player? He's my least favorite Spurs player ever. And I've been very upset with Harry Winks, but you know what? He left, and my feelings for Harry Winks left with him. And now they are nowhere because he's not here. And I can say good luck, Winks. I hope everything becomes successful for you in whatever venture that is, but it's not going to be here at Spurs because I've seen it firsthand not be here at Spurs. Eric Dyer, Jordan, I'll just say this real quick. When it comes to Dyer, just think of 10 players, any position in the history of you watching the sport. Think of 10 players that you would say, yes, I would sign. 20 players, 25 players in the history of you watching the sport. How many of those players would you pick 25 players that you would like at your club for 10 consecutive years? And whenever you come up with those names, I guarantee none of them will be of the likes of the talent level of Eric Dyer or Ben Davies. But guess what? Both of them have been here for 10 years. Insane to me. What big club would ever keep player for 10 years that is that level of quality? I don't know, but we do, apparently. Levy Buffs says, first time here. I just want to know your thoughts on Ainge. I personally think he's a puppet on a string, and if he loses to Burnley, I want him out the door. Levy Buffs, where do I even begin, my friend? Look, I love Ange Postecoglou. I love everything he's doing at this club. I believe in the things that he says, and he affirms a lot of the things that I believe. So we are going hand in hand like Oreos and milk. We are going together like peanut butter and jelly. Talk to me nicely. I'm like, yeah, I could go on with the food analogies, but I'm getting hungry, so clearly I'm going to have to stop that. But what I'm going to say is, welcome to the channel. Hope you hit a like and subscribe. But my thoughts on Ainge are, I hope he gets this right, because you're not the only fan who's going to feel some type of way about Ange Postecoglou if we do lose this match. But to me, I don't think he's a puppet on a string. I think he's a guy doing the best at a situation that has been toxic and vile for quite some time. Now, we've patched up this toxic and vile slut. Like, it's like toxic waste has just been spilt, right? And we brought in Jose, and we're like, hey, just cover that up, right? Just don't worry about it. Throw a rug over it and just keep moving. Get Conte, same thing. Nuno was kind of like a stopgap. And then now it finally feels like we're actually trying to find a solution to cleaning that up. At least that's what it feels like. So for me, I think that the club and Ainge are hopefully going to work hand in hand, and we're going to see some beautiful things. That's what I'm hoping for. Big up Time Added On says, big up Jacob in the chat. Smash the likes up. Big up Time Added On. Make sure you do as he says and hit that like. Come on, what are y'all doing? Kuva says, I often played wrong-footed in central defense. It's not as big a deal as people make it out to be. Don't sweat it, Jacob. We're winning the double, remember. Well, there you go. So from Kuva's lips to God's ears. Let's hope it happens. I'm about to sneeze, y'all, so you're going to have to bear with me a second. Here's one, Jacob. Drop Royale in defense. Add Højbjerg to midfield. You're talking about a back three? You're crazy. That's scary. Ben Spurs says, I got a bad feeling about it all. The way I took his presser was, if we aren't ready to win multiple trophies, there isn't any point in winning one. I don't see him taking it seriously. I think that's a unique way to go about looking at Ange Postecoglou's quotes personally, because I didn't get that feeling when I listened to it, nor did I get that feeling when I read it. But I just think I think he is going to take it seriously. And again, if we win this, I don't know when the next cup match is going to be, but by the end of January, Brentford, we're talking about potentially getting Romero and Madison back, and we'll have Van de Veen back, God willing. So it's looking like we're going to be getting some of our reinforcements back, and I think that he would take it very seriously, because we do have a team strong enough to do this. Hey, big up, hit a like. Look at that. The little thumb popped up on the screen. Ainge won't experiment, says Liam. We can play our strongest. United is 8 days away. Exactly, David. 9 days, I think it is. 9 days from tomorrow is United. So we have 9 days in between the match. It's more than a week. We absolutely have to go in with our strongest, and they'll be fine. They will absolutely be fine. I think we'll be fine. Big up Ravi. Says, I want Hill to get a goal. Has he scored for us yet? No, he's only assisted, I think. Big up Ravi. Faisal says, I feel like Forster would start like Carabao Cup also. No. We got 0-0. Bob Down Under says, 4-0, Richie hat trick. 3-0 for Musings. Hansi G's got 2-0. 5-1 from Baldbean. 3-1 from David Shear. Liam Hardy's got 3-1. Giuseppe with a 3-1. Spurs. Hill, Richie Lacelso. Hey, big up Musings of a Football Fan. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Grant says 3-1 Spurs, and I don't do score predictions. Hey, hope we get 3-1 just for you, my friend. Okay, there. They're sending me the link. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. I said boom, 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 but let me hear you say wayo. A boom, 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 but wayo. Ayo. Bro, how do I put in the link? Like, where is that? I'm sorry, y'all. I've been trying to get this damn redirect going for quite some time now, and I just can't. I don't see it, y'all. Paste it where? They're saying just copy the link and paste it. I don't. With your lineup, Jacob, 3 or 4-1. Big up Yanis Rubelis. Hopefully that's what we go with. Red Arminian says 2-0, and I'm saying that is 2-0 Tottenham Hotspur. Vickenem says 1-3. Emerson, Lacelso, and Johnson getting the score. I like that. I'm going to be optimistic and go for a 3-0 win, says Levy Buffs. Big up Levy Buffs. First time here. I hope for a 3-0 win as well. El Tel Cocarel says 5-0. Richie with 2. Hill, Donley, and Johnson with some goals. I like that score. I'm not going to lie. Spurs will have one game where they don't make it hard to win. I don't. What? I don't understand that. Start with Scarlett. I'm running down the bookies for a Spurs loss. If we start Dyer and Scarlett, if I start seeing those names in the 11, my hopes going down the drain. Ash says 4-2. Richie Brace, Poro, and Hill. Love that. Even I would have missed that header, says David Shear. Jordan says 4-0. Richie Poker Pigeon Dance. Hey. Poker, I barely know her. We got a 3-1 from Ravi. Got a 3-0 from Hypenoise. 3-1 from Alexander Hilton. Who's News says 2-0 Hill and Richarlison. Donovan's got 3-0 Richarlison, Lacelso, Davies. Favorite Marvel character? Spider-Man's pretty cool. I think he's pretty sick. If I could have one of their abilities, I think Spider-Man's would be the coolest. Kuva says winning 3-0 because it's Bentancur's shirt number this time. I have a system. It's a stupid system, but I'm all in. Your system has paid out already 50%. Your system is 50%, Kuva, because you did predict a 3-1 Tottenham win versus the Cherries, and that's exactly what happened. And you did that based off Vicario's shirt number, so that's kind of fun. 4-1 Kulu with 2, Richie 1, and Davies with 1 for Sahar. Davies getting on the score sheet. That's very nice. Pick your best 11. Absolutely got to pick your best 11. Let me see any more score predictions in the chat before I tell you mine. 2-4 for Sahar says to Liverpool. 2-4 to Liverpool advanced prediction for Hassam and Egal team. Huh. What is that? Ange is just following the Levy message from the top, which him play Foster and goal tomorrow. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to play Forster and goal tomorrow. We have 9 days. Why does a goalkeeper need fucking 14 days of rest? He doesn't. He really 15. What? Oh shit. Oh, it's January. Oh my god. I almost thought we played United. Since it's January 14th we play United, I almost thought it was February 14th, and I was like, why am I planning a watch along when it's fucking Valentine's Day? My wife's going to kill me. But luckily it's January 14th. I was wrong. If we do sack Ainge, I would want a manager like Kevin Dearden. I want a manager like Ainge Postecoglou, and we got him. I don't know who Kevin Dearden is, and I don't want to know who he is. I know Ainge Postecoglou, and until he's had adequate amount of time, adequate amount of support, I don't want to see him leave this club. I want to go through that. Let's go through hell. Let's go through the nasty. We have to go through it in order to get to the other side. Look, again, like, we are at a position where he is trying to help us get out of this. Now, in a couple of years, it will be time probably to move on from Ainge. Once he's achieved everything that he can achieve here, it will be time to move on from Ainge. But that time is not now. That time is not in a year from now. I don't even think 2 years from now. I think we need to keep building, keep doing what we're doing, and eventually it's going to come good. I have utmost faith in that. No doubt in my mind. Let's see. I really can't find this damn show to redirect to. This is like the 5th time I've tried to do it. Oh, there it is. I did it. Never mind. I did it, y'all. I did it. I did it. All right. The redirect is on. Whew. Finally, man. Damn, it took forever. Hill has scored. Maybe it was in a cup that he did? United might be managerless. That'd be nice. I'd take that. Big up, Timmy. How you doing? Timmy's got 3-0 if Vicario plays. Philip Bidwell 2-0 to Burnley. Oh, you're a Liverpool fan, though, so of course you're going to say that. It's only my opinion. I'd go with Davies as being captain. I think Davies is going to be captain, either Davies or Bentancur. That's my prediction. Ben Davies, longest tenured player, makes the most sense. Ainge doesn't give a shit, so let's just move. 3-3 win on penalties from Hansi G. Wow. 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 I admire the confidence. Let's not forget we're still in the title race too. I don't think he's going to risk injuries in the FA Cup. Fair enough. Look, I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, I got to go too. So I'm going to go ahead and end this show off, but I'm going to give you my score prediction and goal scores. I think it's going to be a fun match. I think we're going to go with our strongest lineup. I hope we go with our strongest lineup. And if we do go with our strongest lineup, I'm predicting a little 3-1, maybe a 4-2. I see Ben Davies scoring for some reason. I see Ben Davies scoring for some reason. I think Ben Davies will get one. I think Kulusevski will get one. Maybe Bentancur or Lo Celso. Richarlison should get one. Those are my goal scores. But if we start with Dyer, Fraser Forster, Dane Scarlett, shit, 1-1, go to penalties, and at that point, flip a coin, and I'll tell you who's going to win. But that's going to do it here for the show. I am redirecting this, so you don't have to go anywhere. I'm redirecting you straight on over to El Akhwa, where I will be helping get some Tottenham Hotspur players into the team of the season, so to speak. So big up everybody who's been tapped in. Let me say thank you one final time to George for the financial donations. Chang Chin Seong with the financial donation. George as well, double time because he gifted a membership as well. Nathan with the super chat, and Gino with the final super chat of the day. Big up to all four of y'all, for your financial donations to the show. Big up David Shear. Appreciate everyone who is here. I hope y'all can get my back. I need y'all to support me when I go into enemy territory, and that will be very, very shortly. Big up Nick Brown says 2-0 Spurs. I like it. I'll take it. But until next time, folks, that's going to do it for episode number 126 of the Immaculate Series here on United Spurs of America. Hope you have a great rest of your evening or day. Hopefully you're going to be in the chat defending me in the next place I go. There's going to be a lot of people there, and they're all going to be talking shit to me, especially in the chat. So big up yourself right now. Make sure, as always, you stay fresh, you stay blessed, you up the lads, and come on, you Spurs. Quiz.
United Spurs of America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.